Now we're going to talk a little bit about how Adam Jones makes use of irregular and complex time signatures. Now, a big part of Tool's sound is how they make use of multiple time signatures within a riff, and how Adam Jones is able to negotiate those time signatures and construct riffs based around them. This really is a big part of his sound. Now, when looking at time signatures, for those of you that haven't been playing that long, you've probably been working with what are referred to as simple time signatures or common time. This is things like 4/4, 2/4, or 3/4. And then we have compound time signatures, which are things like 6/8 and 12/8 and even 9/8. Now, we have another type of time signature, which is referred to as a complex or irregular time signature that uses different types of divisions, such as 7/8. Now, we have been working with the 6/8 time signature, meaning that we have 6/8 notes as our pulse or our beat to a bar. So 7/8 seemed like a logical progression and a good introduction into complex and irregular time signatures. Now, don't stress too much about this. Basically, what you're going to be doing, where we've been counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For our 6/8 bar, a 7/8 bar is constructed of 7/8 note beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And although it has an irregular number of beats, it still has a really cool groove about it and can be really interesting when you start to subdivide those beats and coming up with riffs. Now, because we're dealing with a slightly unusual time signature, I've chosen to keep the riff as straightforward as possible. Now, Adam Jones himself will do things very similar to this. Yes, he will play more complex riffs, mixing up single notes and power chords, but often he will play just one note. And it's the way that he subdivides the beats within these irregular bars that enables him to construct really cool sounding and intricate riffs. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be using our dropped 6th string. We're just going to be playing that low D string, but it's going to be about how we subdivide our beat, how we subdivide the 7 beats within our bar of 7/8 that's going to make this riff sound interesting, especially when you jam along with the backing track. Now, something that you should consider, and to make things a little bit easier, is to talk about the pick direction. Now, when we're playing a straight bar of 7/8, and when I say straight, I mean just playing on each 8th note, on each beat, you will strike with a downstroke. Down, 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 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, it is possible to subdivide each of our 8th note beats into 2 16th notes. You get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and, which is just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, something that's going to make it a little bit easier for you to learn our riff and to count it is to think about the pick stroke. I use a technique referred to as rhythmically dependent alternate picking. So in other words, when I play a downbeat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm always playing a downstroke. When I play the upbeat, the and, you put in an upstroke. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and. That's going to make it a lot easier for you when it comes to subdividing and experimenting with different rhythmic combinations within a bar of 7/8. Now, so far you might be thinking, whoa, this sounds a little bit complex. Yes, it is tricky. It is an unusual and slightly more advanced concept for you to grasp, but it's a big part of Adam Jones's sound and style, being able to work with complex and irregular time signatures. Okay, so as I said, we're just going to play one note. Let's learn, first of all, the rhythmic phonetically in terms of pick direction or pick stroke. So you're going to be going down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. That's the rhythm And that's the direction of the picking that you will use. You would do a down on the first beat, down, then a down up on beat 2, down up. Beat 3 on the downbeat, we'll still do a downstroke, but we won't strike the strings, and we come in with an upstroke. So that's why you've got two ups next to each other. Down, down, up, down. That's the reason we have those two consistent upstrokes. 1, 2, and 3. You're not striking the strings, but you still do the down pick, and then we do an up on the and after 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so 4 is a single downstroke. Do another upstroke, but don't strike the strings. Do a downstroke on 5. Do an upstroke, but don't strike the strings, and then do a down, up on 6 and 7. So 6 and 7 and. So the rhythm, if you count it in terms of its numeric structure, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, 6, and 7, and. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Really work on memorizing the pick direction and speaking it rhythmically. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. That's the rhythm that we're going to be playing our single note in to form our riff. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to play our dropped 6th string, our low D note. I'm going to apply a little bit of palm muting to make it sound a little bit tighter, which is going to work really nice when you're playing against the groove. So remember the rhythm: down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. Okay, it doesn't sound like much, but when you put that in context of the other instrumentation, the backing track, even the practice backing tracks, are going to have a real sort of Tool feel about them, very rhythmical with the drums, with the toms. When you're playing that riff, it's just going to have such a great sound about it. And it's amazing how you can play something so simplistic as one note, but the way that you subdivide each beat of an irregular bar of 7 just really makes for an interesting riff. And as I said, you can hear many examples of Adam Jones employing this technique within his construction of riffs. Something else to think about as well is the fretting hand. It's not really doing much, but every so often I'm bringing the fretting hand down to cut off notes, just to make it sound a little bit tighter. Put that together with the palm muting. And you can hear how kind of thick and heavy that sound is. Let's now play that against our click track. Okay, so good luck with this lesson. It's a little bit tricky. Hopefully you understand the concept. It's just going to take you a little bit of time to maybe work on getting used to counting an irregular bar of 7 beats. Okay, so now it's your turn to practice our 7/8 time signature single note riff.